Hi, I'm Eben Freeman. We're at Tailor restaurant in New York City. The Sazerac is not the only cocktail of New Orleans. Another drink equally famous in New Orleans is the Ramos Gin Fizz. At its base is gin, and then it's modified with a little bit of orange blossom water and some eggs. For this drink, I think it's important to use a big cocktail shaker set, which is an 1828 set, referring to a 28-ounce shaker tin with an 18-ounce mixer tin in it. Basically, you get a lot more area for the ice in the drink to travel. And this is a drink where the air and the aeration of it and the whipping of the egg whites is really key to how this drink tastes in the end. 2 ounces of gin. Then into that gin, I'm going to add a little bit of orange blossom water. This is really strong stuff, so you have to be careful with it. You really only want a couple of drops. So rather than doing this over the drink, I'm going to do this first into my bar spoon to make sure that I don't ruin that gin that I've already put in the tin. That's a little bit more than I want, so I'm just going to put a few drops in there. Now I'm going to do this into my larger tin, put the egg by itself. That way if any shell or if any of the yolk went in, I don't put that into my spirit and it doesn't ruin the whole batch and the most expensive ingredient, which was the gin. Also, I'm going to introduce these elements together at a later point so that it's not sitting there with the egg on the gin or the citrus juice. Now, a method you can practice at home is simply cracking the egg and opening it enough that the white, as you see, comes out, and then pinching it closed, keeping the yolk inside the egg. And then you just throw out the rest of your egg. You just want to put a half an ounce of half and half. Next, you want to do your citrus juice, and you really want to make this as fresh as possible. So again, we're going to use our hand squeezer and squeeze that juice fresh. 1/2 ounce of lemon juice and 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Now we're going to shake that before we put any ice in, and you really want to give this some vigorous shakes to whip that egg white. Simply hit the sides to break the seal. And now you're going to introduce your ice. With this, I think it's important to use big ice if you have it. I like to use a combination of different sizes, but really that big ice slamming into each other creates the foam that I want. Same process. I'm going to stand that up straight, give it a few good hits to make sure the seal is tight, and then really shake the hell out of this one. Going to use our Hawthorne strainer and strain it into a fizz glass. Some people put this drink on ice. I think it makes a real difference to serve this drink without any ice in it. Now the final element is some soda water. You just take your soda gun and spray the soda around the sides, so you're picking up all of that half and half and egg white and creating a great tin of froth like this. And now rather than just adding your soda to it, you can pour your soda in and then take that great froth on top. And through that simple technique, really create height and make that beautiful drink that hopefully will turn that person into an egg drinker. The Ramos Gin Fizz.